This is Thriving with ADHD. Learn all about ADHD, the signs and symptoms and treatments available to successfully manage this disorder. Written by C.A. Ripley. Read by Marcus Mulenga. Chapter 1. Is ADHD a disciplinary issue? The whole subject of ADHD is not short on controversy. Some people insist that ADHD is a manufactured disorder, intended as a ploy to sell more Ritalin. Others point out that ADHD is a real disorder with discernible brain wave activity that is correlative to symptoms. Amid all the discussion is a quiet voice that questions the disciplinary practices of some parents with ADHD-positive children. The manufactured disorder approach. There are some who believe that ADHD is not a real disorder, and that it's a manufactured label that was pushed by pharmaceutical industry to make money. There are those in the medical industry who believe that ADHD is not a true disorder as well, whether it is a combination of a condition brought about largely by environment, home and school, and or unrealistic expectations of children. The real disorder approach. Other medical professionals claim adamantly that ADHD is a true disorder, a chemical imbalance and true malfunction of the brain. Those in this camp do not necessarily focus on Ritalin, but instead tend to take a balanced treatment approach, not necessarily shunning medication, but advocating combining it with other forms of therapy to bring about symptom relief. Chapter 2. The ADHD Brain. What's going on? What is going on in the brains of people who are diagnosed with ADHD? Is there really something happening inside the head of an ADHD sufferer? Research shows that there is actually quite a lot going on in the ADHD brain. In this article, the acronym ADHD includes ADD as well. Areas of the brain affected by ADHD. Research shows that specific areas of the brain are affected by ADHD. The frontal lobes, cortex, limbic system, and reticular activating system are all involved. The frontal lobes are, as the name suggests, in the front of the brain behind the forehead. This area is instrumental in concentration, the ability to make sound decisions, learn, and remember. The cortex, or more specifically the inhibitory mechanisms of this cortex, are sort of like the brain's and body's impulse control center. The limbic system is deep in the center and at the base of the brain. It also acts as our watchman, alerting us to alarming or dangerous situations. Located at the back of the head in the brain system, the reticular activating system, RAS, is said to control waking and sleeping patterns and plays a role in the ability to concentrate and focus attention. Chapter 3. Who's at risk from ADHD? Research suggesting possible causes, treatments, and risk factors for ADHD is ongoing. Thus, parents and medical professionals sometimes have to rethink their ideas about ADHD based on recent research. In understanding something about who is at risk for developing ADHD, it's important to note that what role genetics, environment, injury, and parenting genetics and practices play in the development of ADHD is not a settled issue. Following are some well-known and conjectural risk factors for developing ADHD. Demographics. Research indicates that ADHD is a universal disorder and is not particular to any ethnic group or culture. However, ADHD
Sample complete. Ready to continue?